I love event planning because when you go through the motions with the people and you take them through the steps and they can't really see it, but you could see it on the day of the event and they have that moment, that's the moment that I live for. When I take my client's breath away. Well, the event that held that title for the longest was Fiona and Gino's wedding, because everything about that wedding was Fiona and Gino. Fiona's dad had passed away and his favorite color was yellow. So Charles wore a yellow tie that belonged to Mr. Bella to walk Fiona down the aisle. Every arrangement, even though she had a peacock theme, had one yellow rose in it, and it was outdoorsy. Just the feel about that wedding was them. However, the wedding that took that spot was D'Amico and Dana's wedding. It was a lot to do. It was stressful. We had a lot of elements, but when they walked in and they said it came out better than they even envisioned it, like when she did her first look shots, when she walked in and she saw the room for the first time, she cried. So that moment was like, yes, we did it. We pulled it off, especially because as a planner, you can see it and they can't see it. And you're trying to verbalize to them how it's gonna look, but there's nothing like seeing it for yourself for the first time. So that wedding made it all worth it. And because he's just like a little brother to me, so to make someone I love happy was like, yes. The most important part of planning is having a budget. I tell people, don't come to me and say, I want this, 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 and this. Tell me what your budget is and the look and feel you want to go for. Because when you tell me I want this, this, and this, and I tell you it's $10,000, you're like, I can't afford that. But if you tell me I want an outdoor chic feel, these are the colors, and this is my budget, then I could say, okay, this is what we're gonna do, this is how we're gonna execute it. So the most important part is having a budget and being realistic about your budget. So one of the things that set me apart is I have a really good vendor relationship. Some of us have been together so long now, it's like we're like family. So you get that extra special love when we welcome you into our family. And my target market are individuals and companies that want to have that high-end event with that unique feel that leaves people feeling like they've had an experience. Some of the companies that I've worked with have been BTC, IL Cares, Own Talks, and in working with Own Talks, I've been able to work with Les Brown, Damon John, and Justin Gatlin. Some of the things that I've learned from my experience is to be prepared for anything. Anything that can go wrong always does go wrong. So I usually have a backup of plan A, B, and C. So those are some of the things that I've learned. I've learned that when you need help, ask for help, and it's always good to have a strong network. Okay, well, usually day of starts about 2 to 3 days before. We have a timeline of the day, so I walk you through everything that's going to happen from the morning up to close of the event. On the day of an event, any given event, I can be up from about 5, 6 o'clock that morning, getting everything prepared, making sure everything is either in the car or on location. I'm usually there about 3 hours ahead to ensure that everything's in place, everyone's in place. I call all vendors to make sure that they're aware of their times. I keep in touch with my client because this is the day where they're most anxious, just to keep them calm, let them know what's going on. I usually snap pictures of the room to give them views of progress, to say this is happening, relax, we got this. And then event time, we just let the magic happen. Well, because I've been doing this for so long, and there have been times when I've made many mistakes, so I've learned from the mistakes that I've made in the past, and that's why I always have the plan A, B, and C, and I've learned to have help on the day of the event. So I always have 2 to 3 people with me. That way when I can't move, I can always send someone I trust to go and be sure that they get it done. One thing I can say is I've always been blessed to find people that believe in my vision, they believe in what I bring to the table, and they get it done. Davina Rutherford is the go-to event planner. I specialize in planning, logistics, and execution, and at minding your business, we create memories.